Welcome back. You're gonna want to press select.
Yellow, just the grading, not the color. What can I do for ya?
The terrorists.
What?
That. So just, pay attention to that and don't pay attention to anything else.
Can I talk about Metal Gear Solid instead?
Sure.
In 1998, the hot game at the time was Metal Gear Solid, released on the PS1 as the third entry in the Metal Gear franchise. Stealth action games following Solid Snake, who stops the baddies in their big gold classic war machine of Metal Gear. Of course, in the franchise there was Metal Gear Snake's Revenge, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, and Metal Gear Solid. That makes sense.
And why would the sequel even have to specify? You played as Snake in the first game, and why call the third Metal Gear Solid? It's not even what the name of Metal Gear in this is called. It's Metal Gear Rex, so why not just call the game that, or call it Metal Gear 3?
They then released Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh great. Less consistency.
Sons of Liberty.
So there's the first game, the second game that only has a subtitle, the second game that only has a number and a subtitle, a third game that seems to treat itself as a completely separate series from the first one, with no numerical thing to incite, and a fourth game that is a sequel to the third one, has a number, but it's just a 2, and somehow includes a subtitle as well.
I digress. Let's just get to the point. Metal Gear Solid is a game directed by Hideo Kojima, and it really, really wants you to know that. Solid Snake is brought out of retirement following the second game to deal with Foxhound, a Special Forces military group that has gone rogue and whatnot. They have taken over a couple of nuclear-related buildings on an island and plan to create a new Metal Gear, a big old classic world-ending machine. This new version is codenamed Metal Gear Rex, because it sounds cool.
Spoiler warning going ahead, just in case you're a coward.
Snake goes in looking for the DARPA chief because he was working with another company, Arms Tech, to create Metal Gear Rex. After he sneaks around a bit through vents and speaks to Mr. Irrelevancy about rats or something, Snake finds the DARPA chief in his holding cell. He says that you could deactivate Metal Gear Rex easily if you could deactivate it, and promptly dies.
That was abrupt.
After a big ol' ambush, a mysterious woman helps you escape. Snake ridicules her aim, she promptly makes tracks, and the camera does this for some reason. One of the Foxhound members, Psycho Mantis, shows up to be cool, briefly followed by being weird.
Good girl, just like that.
He then promptly disappears, which I would too if I said anything remotely similar.
Great first impression of one of the game's main protagonists. Gets all weird when she shows up.
And as for the game as a whole, I should probably talk about gameplay, which I will, later. Snake leaves without questioning who either of those people were, because he doesn't care, I guess. He finds the Arms Tech president by arbitrarily blowing up some walls. He's being held by our second Foxhound member and first boss, Revolver Ocelot, who does absolutely nothing of note until 16 hours in. The Arms Tech president is held on tripwire to some bombs, so if he moves an inch or Snake gets too close, blows the place in himself, sky high. Of course, after you shoot at Ocelot a bunch, he blows it up anyway. Except Snake is fine, he just leaves and the Arms Tech president survives for a bit after.
So what was the point? Why couldn't I have just gone over to the Arms Tech president to begin with?
Because that's not what the game wants you to do. We've got a tight plot line here, no rushing. The Arms Tech president says that there are 3 keycards to overwrite Metal Gear's launch. He had them, but chose to give them to that woman from earlier. You know, so the game can happen. He tells Snake her radio frequency, because radios work like telephones, but he forgot.
Yeah, cause of course he did. Not like that's a total mood killer or anything.
This is quite possibly the worst anti-piracy measure I've ever seen. He forgot the frequency, but tells you it's on the back of the CD case. Like, the literal physical game case.
If I was to have copied the game, what's stopping me from just printing off a cover? Or going to the store and looking at one? Or asking a friend to borrow theirs? Or just wait until the game tells me the frequency anyway.
If you call the Colonel enough times, he literally just tells you the frequency. No CDKs needed.
So wasn't that pointless then? Then they just not had him forget. What's the point?
The point was, shut up. He also says to find Hal Emmerich, who isn't relevant yet, so forget about that. Snake talks to the girl, who I'll quit pretending not to know, and she opens the door for Snake to go off on his travels. First, Snake fights a tank, but before even that, he gets a call from a mysterious person, a lot of mysterious people in this, huh, who says he is called Deep Throat.
So is that like on his birth certificate?
Snake blows up the tank and avoids the landmines that guy was calling about before again going off on his merry way. He goes into Dr. Emmerich's office and then is ambushed by a ninja who Snake, goes way back with. They fight, they stop fighting, real thrilling stuff. Snake finds the doctor and tears into him despite him saying multiple times that he didn't know what was going on. See, Hal works on Metal Gear X because he really likes anime. Okay? 'Cause he made the damn thing, he's one of the only people who know how to destroy it, all poetic and whatnot. Snake and him become best buddies and he requests to be called Otacon, after Otaku Convention. Okay? Snake finds Meryl, who has only one of the free keys, so they kill a psychic. Psycho Mantis, to be exact. Right before his death, he and Snake have a little talk about their feelings. Oh yeah, this bit also had that controller moving and memory card reading thing, but that's real gimmicky and honestly distracting.
Because we all know how much I hate gimmicks.
Snake and Meryl move forward, actually feeling like their friendship is going... Meryl gets shot by a sniper. Okay, cool you're dying and all, but just hold on while I quickly backtrack to the start of the game. I need the sniper rifle. Where'd she go? Snake snipes the sniper, Sniper Wolf. She gets hit 15 times and is perfectly fine. Oh, but you shoot Meryl once and she's dead. Sniper Wolf leaves, presumably to visit Jack's films. Never mind, there she is. Snake is captured and tortured in a button-mashing minigame I had to get my dad to do for me. Revolver Ocelot is also there to mock you. This bit is interesting because it creates two endings. If you withstand the torture, Meryl lives. And if you don't, she dies. Oh yeah, and Meryl is alive. Snake gets taken to a jail and using ketchup from Otacon breaks free and grabs his stuff.
Snake then finds his brother, Liquid Snake, piloting a helicopter, which actually kind of reminds me of... Okay, yeah, grab the controller.
Yellow.
The color?
I'm not elaborating again.
Look, just lose that train of thought. I haven't broken in yet.
What?
What?
Hold on, who is this?
Damn it. Really regretting getting rid of all my cases.